Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is ZaraTrixie and today we are doing a new type of video that my plan is to make this a occurring, like it will be once a month thing that we do where I have a sit down with you and I do my monthly bullet journal front page, and yeah, we'll see how many pages it will be. But I was thinking, because I do a lot of bullet journaling and I can see myself share with you a lot more what I do. I already done my August front page with you and I want to keep on doing that together with you, but at the same time I want to keep it the way I do bullet journaling, which is exactly like this. I just sit down on my floor, watch some probably YouTube or Netflix and just chill, and this is the me time. Like bullet journaling for me is a cozy time where I can sit down and just, this is sort of my meditation, and I wanted to give you guys the same experience. So I thought, let's try it this way. Maybe this can be something. And if you enjoy bullet journaling, you can do it together with me as I go along, or maybe you're just here for the relaxing time and the chit chat, because I will be talking a lot with you about everything and nothing basically during these videos. And yeah, I just want to bring you once a month a cozy time where you can take it easy and chit chat. So you've already seen me. I already started with the page. This is the front page, and I thought, like, I'm so excited for September's bullet journal because this will be the first month where everything within my bullet journal month will be my own design. I have done some of my own designs in the past in different ways with my bullet journaling, but usually I get inspired by others, just like in the last video where I was recreating mostly Amanda Rachel's designs will be the ones I go to, and I will like do a little bit of tweaking here and there to suit my needs and what I want to have in my bullet journal. But for the first time, this is 100% my design. Of course, as with everything that is creative, you are inspired without knowing it by people you admire and so on. So maybe I've seen something similar to this, but that's how it goes. Like, that's for everything that's creative really in life. You always get inspired by people you admire unconsciously. So for this month, I wanted it to be very sort of graphic. As you can see, like, September is a month with 9 letters in it, and I love symmetry. So I want to use that, and I wanted it to be really about the text this time, and not like in the last month in August. There was a lot about these fruits and the creative artsy things going on around the text. This time I want it to be all about the texting. So I sketched this out on my iPad actually. I just used a simple free program and draw with my fingers because I didn't have one of those special pens that you can draw with. I need to get one of those. And I was just sketching away, trying to figure out how to do this font that I'm creating here. I also try to challenge myself to grow within this creative field of bullet journaling. So I wasn't looking at already existing fonts. I just try to create out of memory. Now, obviously, there is a lot of fonts within this style, so it's not a 100% new thing, but you know, I want to push myself and figure it out on my own. So the letter M, for example, was almost impossible. It was so hard to do that. I still don't know if I got it correct or not, but it was a good challenge. Yeah, so just to tell you a little bit about my history of bullet journaling to start off with. I think I started bullet journaling it was about 2 years ago, but maybe seriously around 1.5 years ago. And in the beginning, when I started 1.5 years ago, I was putting so much pressure on myself to make it look perfect. Like everything had to be perfect, and for the trackers and designs, I had to find the perfect one. I was a lot on Pinterest, Googling and searching for inspirations, but it just laid more stress on me than my bullet journal is supposed to take off the stress from my life and help me organize and keep my head in the game, sort of. But when I started off, I was like, every page has to be perfect. And take a habit tracker, for example. There are so many different ways of making a habit tracker, and in the beginning I was like, I have to find a perfect one. It has to be perfect from the start. So I actually quit bullet journaling after like 2 or 3 months, I think, and I took a break for like 2 months and started to rethink, like, what are the purpose of my bullet journaling? And that's when I realized why I bullet journal is for the function mostly. Of course it's creative, but and that's when I made a deal with myself that my bullet journal will always have function first, then design. And oh my gosh, that changed my life with the bullet journaling, because at the beginning, I should probably do a flip through with you, because I think I have all my pages left from that time. Because in the beginning I was like, I just need 7 boxes for each week that represents one day, so I can write down when I'm working and all that stuff. So it was so simple, like it's silly how bad it was in the beginning, and I was fully aware of that. But then eventually I just allowed my creativity to grow, and with that also my interest, it grew on me. And now here I am 1.5 years later, or maybe that was about a year ago when no, I think it was more than that. Anyways, it doesn't matter, but here I am, let's say 1 year later, and now I'm creating my own spreads and everything, and it feels amazing because I allowed it to take the time it needed to get to this point, and now it's just a part of who I am, I think. So yeah, I will probably talk more about my history in another video. Let's talk a little bit more about the design now. So as you can see, if you haven't figured it out yet, I have a sort of lavender theme going. So I'm using a lot of purple. It's like pretty much 3 different shades of purple I'm working with. I have the purple that is the lavender flowers, and I have this like blue purple dark. It looks very purple on screen, but in reality it's more blue. And then I also have, you'll see it later, a lighter sort of gray, almost pastel looking color as well. And here I am back at the letter M. You see how I was thinking, there was so much time I spent just sitting and thinking that I had to cut out. Yeah, so like the main theme for this month is the lavender flowers, because I think all of us have seen these amazing pictures of the lavender flowers in France, the lavender fields, and France is my favorite country. I have not visited these lavender fields yet, but I think next time I go to France I have to go there and see the fields with my own eyes, because it's so pretty. And I think purple for me suits the month of September, because it's almost like summer is holding on to you, so it has some color, but it's also getting darker because we are closing in on autumn and fall season. So that's why I choose this theme. And I wanted to have also like I don't know what to call it, secondary theme that is the blue color, which for me represents like, the sky in the evening, because it's not dark outside yet, but it's getting darker. So a really deep blue is like the color for me for September, where it also sort of represents sort of that nostalgic feeling. You know, it's getting dark and you're sitting outside with some light candles and just thinking about the summer that went by. And oh my gosh, now we're done with the spread. So here it is. I added some stars. It's hard to see, but that also just to help with that sort of magical, both nostalgic feeling and also, you know, the night sky with stars and all that. So that's my idea. So I'm gonna try and use all these colors on every spread that I make for this month. Yeah. Okay, now we're moving on to my overview, like my monthly overview, like a calendar. This is sort of like a traditional calendar overview page, and you can see I was using my August page just to help me figure out where all the squares are gonna go, because I have learned that I really like the sizing of these squares and how they are placed and everything, and size wise. So it's fine to use like your previous pages as a measurement. And you can also see in the beginning of the video I have a cheat sheet that helps me figure out like spacings and stuff. I can show you maybe that in another video how that page works, but it's amazing to have those pages, and it helps you figure out layering and spacing and all that so much faster. Yeah, so this overview is just, I don't write so much in this. It's more like I need to have that, be able to come back and see the whole month and see where everything goes, as to like when I'm working and when there is an event I'm attending or something. I don't write times and places that much. I will use more symbols and color blocks. I have like, I think I usually use like a purple actually color for my work, where I work most of the time, where I work about 4 days a week, and then I have like a blue color for another place where I work, which is only once a week. So I just add those dots of colors, and then I know these days I'm working, and maybe if it would be my anniversary with my boyfriend, maybe I would add a little heart on that day, because I know that will be a date night obviously or something like that. So it's just to like see where everything goes. And then for more details and times and everything, I use my weekly spreads. Yeah, and as you can see, I added the yellow for the boxes where I write the numbers, and I'm doing a little bit bigger flowers on this page just to switch things up. So some pages will have bigger flowers on them and some will have smaller, so there is this dynamic flow from page to page. I don't think I did any stars in this one, but we still have the yellow color in the boxes. And then just adding all the numbers is always very time consuming, but it's still the fastest way to add numbers. I think you just have to do it by hand. Yeah, one thing I actually realized as I have grown with my bullet journal is to not put pressure on myself to make the lines look perfect and all that, because it takes so much time to use tools needed to make straight lines. So I just draw everything by hand. You could see that earlier when I did a lot of boxes, that I just draw it by hand, and some boxes will be very alternative in shape, let's just put it that way. But I've come to accept that. That was one of the main points also when I started or restarted my bullet journaling, maybe I should call it that it's okay for the lines not to be perfect, and I will grow with it. I will always be sort of aware and always try to improve myself, but without putting pressure on myself, because you know, the world, there's so much negativity going on as it is. Like, I don't have to put more negativity on myself with the things I do, because there will be enough people talking bad about the things I do. So I'm just trying to be encouraging to myself and say, you know what, that line was not the best one you ever did, but it's okay. Next time you will do it better. You know, instead of like creating this unnecessary drama around it. And yeah, now I'm just doing the final like title things for this page. When I started off, I didn't know what style I wanted to do with it. I had sketched out this page before I started it on the iPad, but I left this part out because I didn't know. I had to see it on the page, on the paper, to know what to do. And that's when I realized now that I put back this style of font for the September title to connect them together, but I also try to do a more swirly style for the 2020. You can see it here. This is also nerve-wracking, and I'm also using not the thickest pen I have because I wanted it to not be overwhelming. I want it to be simple, and this is so stressful always. Oh gosh, I don't know if I actually used any blue colors on this page. Okay, speaking of it, there it is. So I added the blue to the lettering to have some blue on every page, as I told you before. And with that, I think, yeah, now we're all done. So this is the final results. I hope you liked it, and feel free to recreate it. And if you do, please tag me. You can find me on Instagram, and my name is ZaraTrixie there. And now it's time to just add it to my bullet journal. So here's August, and now I'm just gonna insert it. So yeah, if you like this video, I hope you give it a big thumbs up, and there will be a new one coming later next month, or when we're closing in on October. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't. I just hope you're having a lovely day, and as always, take care guys. I post new videos every Sunday. I'll see you then. Bye!